So the next part we're going to look at is processor. You want to find a picture of a processor for me?
It would probably hurt if you said it wrong.
The first block is what the processor is, right? The processor is the brain. It is what processes all the commands of the computer. So the processor is what performs all the functions. So in the next block, we're going to write a couple of things that you want to pay attention to for the processor. One of the things is you want to see how much what's called L1, 2, and 3 memory it has. So it's just letter L1, L2, and L3. That's one stat that you'll want to pay attention to. That determines how much the processor can hold to be able to process it. The other one is how fast it is.
Gigahertz?
Yes, GHz is gigahertz. That's how fast the processor processes the data. And hertz is referring to the speed of electricity. All right, and in the bottom block, we're going to write down what you need to know about the processor in order to fit it in with the rest of your computer, like the socket type. Next page. So set that one off to the side, pull up a fresh page. We're going to go over memory, which is that one. On there's a lot of different types of memory, and the hard drive is included in that.
And a flash drive.
Yep. A memory is anything that stores data.
So like it,
That's
like
fine.
gigs on a phone.
Yes. What also fits in here is the cache memory that's on the processor is also a part of this memory. Go ahead and memory is anything that holds data. That includes the hard drive, which stores the vast amount of data that we need to keep. Well, that's how much data it
And
holds.
flash drives.
Flash drives are portable hard drives, pretty much.
So
Yes. The cache memory is also a part of the memory. It's a different type of memory. It's super fast, which is why it's attached to the processor. However, it's super expensive, which is why they don't make it for everything else. They put a very small amount of that memory with the processor, and if they did the same thing for a hard drive, one hard drive would cost thousands of dollars. Thousands. It'd be way too expensive to buy. What we're talking about here is the hard drive and the memory that goes on the motherboard. What we want to pay attention to is the type of memory, solid state or a hard disk drive, or DDR1, 2, and 3, and 4 memory. So it's really hard to find a hard drive that is too small nowadays to be able to do the basic functions. So that I'm not too worried about. However, the memory sticks, or RAM, is something that we do actually need to pay attention to. RAM, Random Access Memory. That's what RAM stands for. This is the stuff that goes in between the processor and the hard drive that allows you to do things. The RAM, most operating systems require a certain amount, but I definitely recommend no less than 8 gigs of memory, and I'll definitely tell you that again and again and again. And the memory is put in megahertz.
gigahertz and megahertz.
What did the electrician say to the boy? Hurts, don't it? Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you like the videos and want to see more of it. YouTube and Patreon are also linked below, as well as our social media and our websites. Send any questions you may have to contact@slatecomp.com, and we'll be happy to review them and get back with you. Thank you, and join us again. We'll have some fun.
What's the?
It smells.
Yeah, the.
Tomato, tomato.
Some people say the, some people say the.
Some people say Washington, some people say
Washington.
And you're grounded. All right.
You're not really grounded, Christopher.
I know.
Okay, just checking.